It's good, my people. Man, it's just, I'm outside today, man. I'm always outside. I got my shirt off. I'm in the pool. Yeah, California. California. But anyways, y'all don't need that. Y'all don't need that today. Y'all ain't come here for that. Anyways, I wanted to talk about learning to move on, you know, when you done lost somebody. So, for people who don't know, so in 2007, man, like I had spent my whole life as a person that wasn't making no money. And then I got this job. And this job paying me a whole bunch of money. And I had never seen no type of money like that. But this helped me understand what the meaning of rich was. So I got this job, man. And the day that I flew out is the day that my great-grandmother died. Then, a year and a half later of dealing with my mother's cancer diagnosis, we ended up losing my mom to cancer in 2009. Then my uncle, my grandmother's brother, he ended up dying from pneumonia. Oh, right after my mom died, my aunt had a stroke, a brain aneurysm. So when we go in there, man, I'm talking about 2 months after my mama died. She had the brain aneurysm. So when we walk in the hospital, we walk into the room, man, this woman here got her head cut out and her brain like just doing the thing. And we saw that. We experienced that. And like imagine seeing that, dog. Like man, your brain ain't prepared to see somebody you love going through that. So, you're on an emotional roller coaster. You kind of feel like you getting stabbed every day, but can't nobody see it. Like you get stabbed right in the heart. That's a spiritual attack. You just get stabbed, can't nobody see it. And so, boom, we moving on. So we get to 2015. Then my sister, she died of cancer. And man, that's when it got ugly. Because man, when I lost my mom, I could always depend on my sister to get me to another level, get me back up, because, we had that familiar thing, we both spent time with this woman, all our life with this woman. So we know this woman, we love this woman. But man, when you lose that link to my mom, woo, I'm talking about that to a big piece of my heart out. And then 2 months, man, I'm talking about 2 months later, I'm at my family reunion from my mom's side. And then I get a call that my dad just had a stroke. And so I'm like, nah, man, I can't lose the last link, to this story for me. This is the beginning and the end of my story. Like I'm the end, and I don't have no babies. So I would be the end of my mom and my dad's story for me. So, like my sister, she just passed. So I'm looking like, damn, she ain't give us no baby. So going through that, man, going through that. And now it's different because now a man that had took care of me, that had been my Superman my whole life, man, my dad is, man, I call him Mr. Dependable, man. He like Tim Duncan in the game, man. He ain't flashy, ain't none of that. But boy, super dependable. Super dependable. Like that's who my dad is. And now I'm taking care of my dad. Like not just like, not financially, so to speak. Of course, taking care of him financially, but man, I'm taking care of my dad. Like I remember, like I was at my aunt's wedding, and my dad pulled up, and he was so happy to see me, and he jumped out the car, and he stumbled real hard. And of course, you know, this October, we had just lost what month was this? I don't know when the month was, but this was the first time I met my wife. So my dad jumped out the car and he stumbled real hard because, of course, his right side don't work no more, but he ain't accepted that yet. So, man, I had to catch my dad before he fell all over the ground, and he had on all white, man. I ain't want him to, you know, it kind of been raining that day, so I ain't want him to go out like that. So, man, me catching him, man, saved his ass, because, you know, them driving back home, that'd have been it. But, man, going through all of that pain, bro, pain you can't see, stab in the heart, all that pain. And so you kind of like on your own. This is before I met my wife, before anything. I had to put myself back together. Like, I ain't dying. You gotta like make a choice. Like, am I gonna die with them people or am I gonna move on? And some people, they don't be choosing to move on. They be like stuck. And my thing is, you gotta be ready to move on. You're like, eventually, you're gonna have to accept them people gone. And all the time that you got to spend with them is that's the payoff, that's the reward. You got these experiences. They gave you something. They gave you a piece of them while they was here. But you don't get to guarantee how long you have these people and how they go. So, like, man, when you lose these people, you're gonna have to make a decision. Do I wanna die? Okay, do I wanna physically die? Do I wanna harm myself? Do I want to, am I gonna sit and harp on it for the rest of my life and then be a dead man walking? Or am I gonna move on, man? Sometimes you gotta move on, baby. Look here, look at this view, man. You think I'd have seen this? If I'd have lost all the people and I let that pain, losing them get to me, man, I would not be here. What are you talking about? Man, I would not be in this Airbnb. I would not be in this place. I would not. But you gotta move on, man. Talking about if I'd have took myself up out of here, man, what would have happened to my dad? My dad is still here. Man, look here. Whew, I get emotional talking about that, man. My dad got half of his, extremities that he can use functionally. Like, he can't even use his right hand. And his, he got like a walk, because he had that stroke. My dad be getting up every morning to come help me build Good Tea Cakes. Now imagine if I'd have took my life, Good Tea Cakes never exists, and then my dad has to, like, you done already lost your daughter, now you losing your son. Whew. It's too much to bear. It's too much to bear. So you gotta live. Too many people depending on you for you to go ahead and check out like that. Nope. Do not take the easy way out. No. Move on. Move on.